Live episode of The Sleep Chef with GBMC. As always, we've got the wonderful Jana Wolff behind, right next to us here. Always good to see Jana. So tonight we are going to be preparing a delicious, delicious dish. So breakfast is one of the hardest meals to prepare for when you're on trying to eat healthy and also looking, because you got to run out the door.
Yes, the kids.
And I'll tell you guys, I can't have another Quest bar, so I've been really thinking about ways to. Love Quest bars. Just saying, I've had my share, and I know you have too. So we've been talking about ways to kind of do a fun spin on breakfast. It's both healthy and that'll get you out the door quickly too. Because as you know, working professionals, we're always looking for ways to sort of maximize our times in the morning. And the great thing about those Quest bars is you can just grab them and go. But they're so high in protein as well that it really helps out. So we're thinking, how can we maximize that protein, but still maximize flavor and give you something that you're familiar with?
Yes, and something savory,
something
not
savory
sweet anymore.
And sweet, exactly.
Sometimes you just can't stand the sweetness.
I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Yes.
So that being said, we came up with a recipe. We're going to do a turkey sausage, cheddar, and egg breakfast sandwich on cloud bread.
Yummy.
So I'm sure everybody has heard of cloud bread, especially if you're in the bariatric paleo communities. And you're thinking, how can I make cloud bread? This has got to be some crazy science behind this. And really, it's not actually. It's a really simple dish. We'll explain it to you along the way here.
We're also going to talk about how you can absolutely prepare it ahead of time, how cheap it is, how good the nutrition is on it, and how many different ways you can prepare it.
Exactly. So that's great points there, Jana. It's really nutritious. It's high in protein. You can do meal prep with it as well. You'll get 3 days out of cloud bread. For a shelf life, especially if you keep it in the fridge,
so
you can
just
extend
keep
that.
It in the fridge, yeah.
Yep, that's really the key thing. So let's get started here, everybody. So starting off, we're going to use 3 eggs. So we've got 3 large eggs here. We need to start off by separating these eggs. So what we'll do to separate our eggs is we will crack on a flat surface. That's really, really important. So we want to make sure that we crack on a flat surface.
Why is that?
So it's going to actually, they say don't crack on a side because you actually chip the egg more. So you do it on a flat surface. That way you can just go straight away here.
We all know how annoying it is to pull those shells out.
Yep. So I like to separate out into a different bowl than what you're going to use. That way you can avoid any shells from going into your final bowl.
Now, I was going to ask if we could use egg whites, but I see that you kind of need the yolk also.
You do, yep. So when you're separating your egg, it's really important to just take your time, allow that egg white to spill out, as you can see here, then very carefully just swap that yolk out, and there you go. As you can see, I'm going nice and slow.
And if you're not a professional like Mike, what happens if you drop in the yolk?
So what happens if you drop in the yolk is, if you can, remove it in a whole piece. Go right ahead. I recommend using your hands. It's much, much easier. But if that yolk does break, then I would recommend starting over or just simply using that egg for something else.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, so we've got 3 egg whites in our stainless steel mixing bowl here. We're going to add just a pinch of cream of tartar. That's used to stabilize the egg whites. So guys, we're basically making a meringue here. So meringue is simply egg white. Traditional meringue is egg white and sugar.
And that cream of tartar, can you get that? Where in the grocery store is that?
That's in the spice aisle. That's a great question.
Okay.
So we're going to whip our egg whites here. So important thing to know about the egg whites, guys, is we want to make sure that we are whipping these egg whites really, really good. We're going to whip some air into them. It's going to make them lighter. It's going to make them fluffier. Really build up some volume there.
What do you say? It's a stiff peak?
I would say it's a stiff peak. Jana for the win. All right. So for our yolks, we've got our 3 yolks here in our bowl. We're going to add some Greek yogurt. Add about 2 ounces of Greek yogurt to that.
And what's 2 ounces? Is that like 2 tablespoons, teaspoons?
Yeah, I'd say it's about 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt.
2 tablespoons.
Again, you don't need a lot here. And we're just going to whisk that together.
So we're whisking together the 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, non-fat, plain, and the egg yolk.
Exactly.
Okay. Exactly.
Yes.
Hello.
Exactly. Hello.
And a lot of people ask about the egg yolks if you need to remove them. There's a lot of research out there on the fact that cholesterol in the does not affect blood cholesterol. So that's something to pay attention to also.
Yeah, it's a very good point. If people go back and forth on cholesterol, especially within egg yolks, because the cholesterol is there, the protein is in the egg white. So and I'm sure being the nutritionist world, you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
There's the debate rages on about the healthiness of eggs.
Yes, but you are actually losing half of the protein if you're taking out the yolk. So
it's good to know.
Consider that as well. An egg only has about 6 to 7 grams of protein. So if you're taking out half of that, ooh, look at that.
All right, so here's what we're looking for, guys.
Look at that
See
cloud.
this? See this? That's how you know you've got a stiff peak. Let me slide over one more
Beautiful.
time just to make sure.
Okay.
See? That's how we know we've got a nice stiff peak.
Okay.
It's a very good test. I recommend doing it at home, especially with your kids.
Yes. Now you don't need a fancy KitchenAid.
Nope. You can use a hand mixer.
The hand mixer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hand mixer will work just as well, guys. All right, so we're going to take just a little bit of those egg whites. We're going to pop it into our yolks. So here we can see here, guys. Here's the other way to tell. See that? That's what you want. You want the nice and stiff, nice stiff peak for those egg whites. It's really important. It's really going to impact the overall quality of your cloud bread. So again, we're just mixing that together.
Okay, and I've seen recipes with low-fat cream cheese, low-fat sour cream. We're using low-fat Greek plain yogurt.
Exactly.
It's really any of those creamy, low-fat, non-fat dairy products that you can use.
Yep.
So it's really up to preference, right?
Yep, I would say for this application, because we're using these in a savory method, so we're cooking a breakfast sandwich with it, I like the Greek yogurt because it gives a little bit of tang. That cream cheese is going to be a little bit sweeter because it's got a little higher fat content. So that's where I prefer Greek yogurt to cream cheese for this particular application.
That's great. And with the sweet stuff, you can put a little bit of stevia or Splenda in it.
Exactly.
And get a sweeter product, so it's almost cakey in a way.
Exactly. So next up, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to very simply fold our egg yolk mixture into our egg whites.
Okay, so it looks like you're
So you can see I'm scraping around the side of the bowl here, and I'm just folding that over.
Okay, so not really mixing, but more so.
Yep, more of a fold.
Carefully folding.
Exactly. Yes. See, so I'm going around the side of the bowl here, and I'm just turning my wrist, allowing that sort of naturally fold. There we go. And get that nice and incorporated. And again, you'll see in a second here when we start to go onto the tray why it's so important to get those peaks nice and stiff. All right, so we're nice and incorporated. And next up, we'll go ahead and grab our, all we're going to do is just lay these out right on our parchment paper. You can use a silk pat, you can use a parchment paper here. It's just wax paper, guys. Really, really simple. And
you could make a loaf as well. So these are kind of like buns.
Exactly.
You could make a loaf. I have heard through the grapevine that some people don't love the loaf with the slices of the cloud bread. However, I have to say that one thing I have learned through the years is that everyone has a different taste preference and style of eating. So try them both. You might love the other one. You might want to make French toast with it or grilled cheese.
Exactly.
So
that's a great point.
you can really do it however you want.
Here we go. All right. We are looking good. So you see here, guys, see how that's really keeping its shape? That's really important. That's how you know you've got your peaks nice and stiff.
Right.
As you'll see, it's going to keep it's going to hold its shape. That's really where it gets the quote-unquote cloud from.
Yeah, they look really nice.
Yeah. Very
pretty.
Yep. We want to cook these to a nice golden brown. Almost you'd think like a hamburger bun is a good way of describing it, that color. So see here, this is what we want. This is what we're looking for. We've got our cloud bread here.
All right.
Jana, if you'd like to go right into the oven here, that'd be great.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
so while our cloud bread is cooking, we've got our cloud bread in. The cloud bread's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook at 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm. And I know we talk a lot about having high protein, but we also talk a lot about lean protein, right? So sometimes people go a little bit overboard with the high fat content, which will add significantly to your calorie intake over the course of the day. High fat, think of a lot of calories for a very small amount. So what we did here was we went with the turkey sausage.
You went with turkey sausage. Turkey sausage is a great alternative. You could also do a lean ground beef or a lean ground sausage here as well. This is a lean ground turkey. We're looking at, 25 grams of protein per 4 ounces?
Yes, about.
Yep. About. So what we're going to do here, guys, so I don't necessarily like the shape of this sausage. It doesn't really work well for the application that we're trying to do. So what I'm going to do is just going to cut this guy right down the middle here, split the casing open, and then lay it out like so. And then what this will allow us to do is we can just remove the casing at that point. Here we go. Wonderful. So now I can just work directly with that ground meat.
So you're basically making your own sausage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to patty this up like a hamburger. We want to be able to put this onto our cloud bread. There we go.
And guys, you don't have to do this in the morning, okay?
Exactly, yep.
This is something to do the night before.
Yep, you can do this ahead of time, prep this ahead of time, really, really quick, really, really easy.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
I'm just noticing something. If you open it up, can you also fold it over?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Yeah. Yep, so we're just gonna get that ground sausage out of there, and again, just patty it up in your hand here, roll it out, squash it down.
See, these are the really good tips when you go to the grocery store and they don't have exactly what you want. You can always manipulate it to what you need.
That is very, very true.
And that, I believe, is what happened to you.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I did not find that I really had the patty that I wanted in the shape that I wanted it in. So I just cut that patty open. I cut that sausage open. Go, oil the pan here.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Chuck the patties in next.
Okay, so we have a couple of people that joined us. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Oh, and we have Candy, who made cloud bread many times with fresh herbs.
Ah, very nice. Yep.
Very good.
Cloud bread with fresh herbs. Yes. Great idea.
Some basil, thyme, oregano, rosemary, pepper. Very nice.
All right.
I'm going to take a step back for safety.
Go. Let's go cook these turkey patties as our cloud bread is cooking. We've also got our little saute pan over here as well, which we're going to use for our egg. Hope everybody's doing well out there tonight.
What kind of egg are we cooking? Are we doing sunny side up?
No, that's a great question. How do you like your eggs cooked, Jana?
You're going to laugh. I'm such a kid. I like them scrambled.
Scrambled? We can do scrambled.
So what I'll do is I'll make it almost like an omelet in a way, you know, so it's not like crumbling all over.
Sure. Well, we'll do 2 different styles.
Okay, perfect. Great. Because I know a lot of people like sunny side up.
Exactly. All right. So we got our turkey sausage cooking. We're over about a medium heat here, guys. Again, we just want to brown it and cook it. You should not take long to cook. These are about 4 ounces raw, and you're looking at about 3.5 ounces cooked.
You know what I realized, though? If you made a plate with the sausage and the sunny side up, you could take the cloud bread and dip it in the yolk. Okay.
Exactly.
I do like that, though.
Right? A lot of practical application for our cloud bread.
Yeah. And speaking of practical applications, you can make pizza, grilled cheese, garlic sticks. You can make strawberry shortcake if you put the stevia in it and do like a sugar-free whipped cream and some strawberries on there. What else did I have written down? I think that was about it. French toast. Also good for any turkey burgers or regular lean burgers.
Exactly. Great replacement for a bun, guys.
Yes.
So again, when we're cooking our turkey here, we just want to see that brown up top there. That's that Maillard reaction, that browning of the proteins.
Yes.
Normally, I'm going to say don't press, but in our case, we're going to be pressing.
Just to cook it a little faster? Is that that it?
Exactly.
Okay.
We've already got plenty of lean content in here. All right.
Okay, Tracy has confirmed that strawberry shortcake with cloud bread is great.
Excellent.
So
thank you, Tracy. We appreciate it.
Oh, and we have a special guest, Dr. Bello.
Hey, hi, Dr. Bello. Hope all's well.
And thank you to Nikki and Patricia and Chris for joining us.
All right, so we got our turkey sausage cooking, guys. We got our egg going next here.
And just an FYI about the cloud bread, in case you're wondering, one of the little rounded pieces is about 30 calories, 35 calories, so super low. About 4 grams of protein, which is great. Usually bread itself doesn't really have protein, and 0 to 1 gram of carb. Whereas regular bread will have anywhere from 12 to 15 or 16 grams of carbs. So, and it doesn't shoot up your blood sugar like a piece of white bread would that you would typically have with
exactly
with your breakfast.
Cloud bread has got applications across multiple dietary preferences, guys. So, all right. So for our egg, what we'll do is we'll crack an egg here. We'll do one scrambled, and I'll do mine. Let's see. How do I want to do mine? I'll do mine. I'll do mine over easy.
Okay, beautiful.
All right. So you see here for the scramble, guys, really, really simple. Just take a single egg, scramble it up with my fork. Keep an eye on my turkey sausage. So good.
Okay, so we're doing his and her breakfast sandwich.
Exactly. Super simple, guys. Quick, easy for the family. Save you a little time, save you a little money.
Yes.
All right. If you'd be so kind as to pull the cloud bread.
Yes.
Thanks. Wonderful.
And look at that. All right.
All right. So we got a little cloud bread here. Now keep in mind that was a little bit of TV magic for you there, guys. So it's not going to come out looking exactly like this. They will actually be more raised. They'll actually be more raised, and they'll be a more golden brown color as well.
But what's kind of cool is that you get to see them after a day.
Yep. So this
is what they'll look like if you make them ahead of time.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Beautiful. Okay, Teresa is loving this.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. We appreciate it.
Dr. Bello, thank you. And Nikki, how long does the cloud bread stay fresh?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So the cloud bread's going to stay fresh for about 3 to 5 days, guys. Just a heads up. Okay.
3 days. Okay. Yep. And then Justin, actually, any recommendations for non-bread buns for those on bariatric surgery diet? These are non-bread buns.
Exactly.
So they were just made out of eggs, cream of tartar, which is an acid, and a low-fat dairy, such as our non-fat Greek yogurt.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And Shelby, thank you. It does look yummy, doesn't it? Okay. And thank you to Shelly, Kathy, and Carla for joining us. And please feel free to ask any questions that you want. And if you don't want me to say your name, just say it in parentheses.
All right. I'm going to pull these guys out. Pop them on top of our cloud bread here.
Wow. That will fill you up in the morning, for sure.
All right. Tell you what, I'm going to do my scramble in here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and use some of that fat from that turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Do my scramble right in here.
Okay, and Tracy had a great idea. Put it in a Ziploc bag, and the bread will stay soft.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and you can definitely keep it in the fridge as well, just to make sure that it's extra fresh.
Exactly, that's a great point.
That looks phenomenal.
Eggs.
So anyone that just joined, we've discovered that I like scrambled, and Mike likes over easy. So we're making 2 types.
Exactly. I'm going to pop a little cheddar cheese on top of here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely recommend putting these on top of your turkeys here.
And then you can absolutely use turkey bacon, a chicken sausage. Look at that, beautiful.
Right?
Oh, I love it.
Good looking little dish there. All right.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of everything seasoning. It's like an everything bagel, but just the seasoning. And you can absolutely use that on this cloud bread.
Oh, yeah.
And do a little schmear, of cream cheese and some lox.
I like it. All right, so for over easy, I'm going to challenge myself and have some fun.
Yes, good.
So, over easy eggs.
Okay, Carla, I'm so glad that you're adding this to your list of recipes. I think that it's going to really diversify what you can actually eat.
Exactly.
And Justin, will there be a recipe for the bread? Absolutely.
Yes, there will be.
Yes, and we'll post it up on the site there.
And you will not believe how easy it is.
Okay. Can he do it?
Oh, yeah.
I think he can.
I think he can, too. All right. Right in.
All right. Okay.
All right, guys. So real quick, over easy.
Whoa.
Tried not to break the yolk. Unfortunately, it broke. C'est la vie.
Still looks good.
Why we're doing it live.
Still looks good though. If Julia Childs can do it, we can do it.
All right.
Okay.
Pop our egg over here.
Okay, so roughly how much protein is in this dish?
Oh, that's a great question.
I did do the nutrition label, and it's posted up on the comp page. Off the top of my head,
It's quite a bit.
I can tell you. Where's that sausage?
Over here. Voila.
Thank you. No, 32 to 35.
There you go. Your breakfast
right.
sauce. Your breakfast sandwich. All right, guys.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we've got
Cheers.
a very simple, fun alternative to Quest Bar breakfast sandwiches. This or Quest Bar breakfast, guys. This is one of the big things for me. I know in the morning it's so difficult to be able to get your protein in. I want to make something fast. I want to make something easy.
Yes.
You can meal prep this thing on a Sunday, and you can have breakfast. Really cook your bacon. You can cook your turkey sausage. You can cook your cloud bread. All you got to do is get up and cook those eggs. Really simple, really healthy, great for you. You can throw it into a little freezer bag and bring it with you into work if you got to run in, or wrap it in some tin foil, impress your coworkers.
Mm-hmm. I love this idea for the family meals too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because even if they want bread and you are not really doing the bread thing, you can participate.
Yeah, and this is a really fun way to turn them on to something that's great bread alternative. That's got a lot of different applications as well. So just to sum everything up, guys, we have a cloud bread here. So we've got a turkey sausage, cheddar and egg breakfast sandwich on cloud bread. Cloud bread, to sum up, is simply egg whites. So we beat our egg whites, 3 egg whites, a little bit of cream of tartar to help stabilize those egg whites. We whip them up to a nice stiff peak meringue, and then we went ahead and added some 3 egg yolks. We added some Greek yogurt to that, whipped that together. Then we added a little bit of the meringue to it as well. Folded that together. We baked that in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. You just want to keep an eye on it and make sure that it gets golden brown as opposed to a darker brown. All ovens are different when they cook. The efficiency of the oven, the quality of it, all sorts of factors that go into that. Just monitor it very closely. I'd say check it every 5 minutes. But when that was happening, we patted up our turkey. We made a little turkey sausage, a little cheddar, cooked our eggs, and bam, breakfast sandwich. Delicious,
and you might
simple.
have to try this a couple of times. You might have to experiment. It might not come out perfectly the first time. And that's kind of like what a lot of people say about the cauliflower pizza.
Yes.
You have to do a couple of times, and that's okay.
Yeah.
This is all a learning experience.
Absolutely.
I do have a couple of more.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, guys, feel free. Please let us know. What do you got?
All right, Tracy, cloud bread bagel. Oh my
there
God.
You go, right? Got lots of cream cheese all the way, Tracy.
Yes. When can you start eating cloud bread after surgery? I'm on the period stage now. This is a soft diet item. So you would wait until weeks 3 to 4, And if you're a little bit nervous about it and you're still trying to get your protein in, make sure that you do it on the 1 month. Okay. And then Carla looks great. Sally thanks Michael. Terry, does it freeze well? Great question.
That is a great question. So honestly, guys, I would say I wouldn't freeze this item only because my concern is that as that water inside of it freezes, keep in mind it has to thaw. And so when it thaws, the quality of this product, it's just going to deteriorate rapidly. Because the idea is we want this to be as dry as possible. So by freezing it, we're introducing more water into it. And when that water thaws, that water is going to expand back out, basically making your cloud bread soggy. And that's just going to ruin the quality. So I would say don't freeze it. Keep it in a refrigerator for 3 days. I would not advise freezing it.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And I just want to thank AI Brown, Nikki, Carla, Sandy for joining us. I think we should try this.
Yeah, I think we should
try
it. Let's dig in.
Okay.
Right.
I want to cut mine in half.
Yeah, right ahead.
What do you think about that?
Like it.
Wait, did we use this for the raw?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, great. Okay. I like to cut things in half.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, dear. All right. Come on.
Okay. Should I wait for you? That's
No.
probably polite. My husband always says, go, eat.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. No.
Perfect.
I don't talk my mouth for this is delicious.
It's really good. And it really gives a way to actually eat a sandwich. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm going to have one more bite just so the audience can see that I really do love it.
Right? Delicious.
It's very good. I think it's time to try cloud bread.
Definitely, yeah. Super simple, guys. You'll be surprised how easy it took me a couple of rounds to make sure I got the recipe down properly. But set those ovens to 300. Keep an eye on it. Check it every 5 minutes. Trust me, you'll love the results. Really focus too on whipping those eggs. If you haven't whipped them, if you can't really over whip them in this particular situation, you want a nice, firm, stiff peak. It's really going to help the end result of your product.
Great. And just one last question from Fran. Can you use egg whites in a carton? That was one of the questions I asked you.
Sure.
I guess not though, because
so you really, I definitely would recommend. I wouldn't use egg beaters because you're just not going to achieve that same result. You can use egg whites in a carton, but keep in mind you need the corresponding yolk for this recipe to really achieve the result that you want.
Yes,
so that's why I'd recommend using a whole natural eggs in this particular situation.
Yeah, and if you didn't hear my spiel earlier, we're only using a couple of eggs. The cholesterol in the egg yolk is actually not going to affect your blood cholesterol. A lot of research has been showing that very recently, and you're also taking out half of the protein when you take out the yolk. So just understanding that. And then Kathy had the cloud bread for lunch with a hard-boiled egg, sliced mayo, and it was good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Like
awesome.
It. Like it. All right, everybody.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. It was great seeing all of you. Thank you again to ABC2 Studios.
Yes,
for using this beautiful space. Thank you very much to Mindy from behind the scenes and Jana, as always, providing all that great nutritional information. My name is Michael Salomon. I am the Sleeve Chef. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening to the GBMC Facebook Live. We will see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.